Top of the iceberg, common knowledge. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that's up to 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. Just 2 mg can be fatal. Originally developed for pain management in cancer patients, it has now flooded illicit markets, often mixed with heroin, counterfeit pills, or cocaine, leading to an unprecedented surge in overdose deaths. Due to its extreme potency, it's very easy to overdose, even unintentionally. Heroin, an illegal opioid derived from morphine. It's highly addictive, often injected, smoked, or snorted. Heroin causes intense euphoria but quickly leads to physical dependence. Overdose can result in respiratory failure and death. Additionally, shared needle use spreads HIV and hepatitis C. Many people addicted to heroin began with prescription painkillers. Methamphetamine, a powerful and highly addictive central nervous system stimulant. Known on the street as meth, ice, or crystal, it causes a rapid rush of dopamine, leading to extreme euphoria and increased energy. Chronic use causes paranoia, hallucinations, violent behavior, brain damage, and severe physical deterioration, including tooth decay and skin sores. Long-term use drastically alters brain chemistry. Cocaine, a fast-acting stimulant derived from the coca plant. Cocaine is snorted, smoked, as crack cocaine, or injected. It increases dopamine levels, causing short-term euphoria, energy, and confidence. However, it puts immense strain on the heart, leading to potential strokes, heart attacks, and sudden death, even in young users. Highly addictive both physically and psychologically. Alcohol, legal and socially accepted but often underestimated. Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant. In high amounts, it can cause respiratory depression, coma, and death. Long-term use leads to liver failure, cancer, brain damage, and dependence. Alcohol withdrawal can be life-threatening, unlike withdrawal from most other substances. Also a major contributor to domestic violence, accidents, and crime. Nicotine, tobacco, the most widely used addictive substance in the world, found in tobacco products and now widespread via vapes. Nicotine is extremely addictive and fosters a habit that leads to cancer, heart disease, stroke, and respiratory illness. It causes more preventable deaths than any other drug globally. While not acutely fatal, its long-term effects are devastating. Just below the surface, less obvious, but still very dangerous. Benzodiazepines, e.g., Xanax, Valium, a class of prescription tranquilizers used to treat anxiety, insomnia, and seizures. While effective in the short term, benzos are highly addictive, and withdrawal can be life-threatening, involving seizures and psychosis. When combined with opioids or alcohol, a common scenario, the risk of fatal respiratory depression increases dramatically, often misused for their sedative effects or to come down from stimulants. Prescription opioids, e.g., oxycodone, hydrocodone. Initially marketed as safe painkillers, these drugs were central to the first wave of the opioid epidemic. Medications like OxyContin and Vicodin are chemically similar to heroin and can produce intense euphoria. Misuse can lead to rapid dependence, and many users eventually turn to cheaper, more accessible heroin or fentanyl. Overdoses from prescription opioids remain a significant public health crisis. MDMA, ecstasy, Molly, a stimulant with hallucinogenic properties, often used recreationally in party and rave scenes. MDMA increases serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, producing euphoria, empathy, and energy. However, it can also cause dehydration, hyperthermia, heart failure, and serotonin syndrome, especially when taken in hot environments or mixed with other substances. Repeated use may lead to long-term serotonin depletion and cognitive issues. Synthetic cannabinoids, e.g., spice, K2. Marketed as legal or natural alternatives to cannabis, these lab-made chemicals bind much more strongly to cannabinoid receptors, leading to unpredictable and often violent or psychotic reactions. Effects can include seizures, hallucinations, heart attacks, and even death. Since their chemical makeup constantly changes to evade laws, they are incredibly hard to regulate and extremely dangerous. Ketamine, a dissociative anesthetic used in medicine and veterinary care, now also used recreationally and as a treatment for depression. In small doses, it causes euphoria and detachment, but higher doses can induce hallucinations, confusion, memory loss, and K-holes, intense dissociative states. Long-term use is associated with bladder damage, ketamine bladder syndrome, and cognitive decline. Mid-iceberg rarely discussed, severe effects. Disamorphine crocodile. A synthetic opioid similar to heroin but much cheaper and homemade using toxic chemicals like gasoline, red phosphorus, and hydrochloric acid. It earned the nickname crocodile because it rots flesh from the inside out, causing green, scaly skin, gangrene, and bone exposure. Users often die within a few years due to infections or organ failure. It's mostly reported in Russia and parts of Eastern Europe, but it symbolizes how destructive cheap, unregulated drugs can become. Scopolamine, devil's breath. A potent deliriant from the nightshade family, primarily found in South America. It's sometimes used in criminal contexts, e.g. robberies, assaults, because it can induce complete amnesia, compliance, and loss of free will. Victims are conscious and appear normal but are highly suggestible. In higher doses, it causes hallucinations, delirium, and death. It's not widely used recreationally, but it's terrifying in terms of how it can be exploited. Inhalants, e.g. glue paint thinner, nitrous oxide. Easily accessible and often used by young people or marginalized groups, inhalants include common household products inhaled to get high. They depress the central nervous system and can cause immediate death due to heart failure or suffocation, known as sudden sniffing death syndrome. Chronic use leads to brain damage, liver failure, and psychosis. Their danger is often overlooked due to their availability. Bath salts, synthetic cathinons. A group of synthetic stimulants chemically similar to cathinon, found in the khat plant, marketed misleadingly as bath salts or plant food. They're known for causing extreme agitation, hallucinations, paranoia, and violent behavior. Some users have exhibited self-harm, cannibalism, and delusional aggression. The unpredictability and intensity of these drugs make them particularly dangerous. PCP, phencyclidine. Originally developed as an anesthetic, PCP is now a notorious dissociative hallucinogen known for its violent and psychotic effects. Users may become aggressive, paranoid, or impervious to pain, leading to injuries, confrontations with police, or accidental death. Long-term use can cause persistent psychosis, similar to schizophrenia. It's extremely disruptive to brain chemistry and perception of reality. Bottom of the iceberg, hidden horrors, obscure extremes. Carfentanil. A synthetic opioid that is 10,000 times more potent than morphine and 100 times more potent than fentanyl. Originally developed as a tranquilizer for elephants, it has zero legitimate use in human medicine. Just a few micrograms can kill. Even touching it or inhaling airborne particles can be fatal. First responders often require protective gear when handling suspected cases. Edorphine. Another veterinary tranquilizer used to sedate large animals like rhinos or elephants. Edorphine is more than 1,000 times stronger than morphine. Just a drop absorbed through the skin can kill a human without immediate antidote. It's only handled in professional wildlife settings with extreme caution. Recreational or accidental use is practically always fatal. N-bohm compounds, e.g., 25-I-N-bohm. A class of powerful synthetic hallucinogens, sometimes mistaken for LSD. NBOMs are active in microgram doses and have caused numerous deaths due to overdose, seizures, and cardiac arrest. They cause intense hallucinations, vasoconstriction, and psychosis. Unlike LSD, which has a relatively safe profile, NBOMs are toxic, unpredictable, and often sold deceptively on blotter paper. W18. A synthetic opioid discovered in the 1980s that resurfaced on the black market. It's reportedly 100 times more potent than fentanyl, though its pharmacology is not fully understood. W18 has no known medical use and is suspected of contributing to overdoses where no known opioids are detected. Its effects are poorly studied, making it a wildcard threat in toxicology. U47700, pink. A synthetic opioid formerly sold online as a research chemical. It mimics the effects of heroin but is many times stronger, making it prone to accidental overdoses. Users often underestimate its potency or mix it with other opioids. Though now banned in many places, it contributed to a wave of deaths during its peak circulation. Synthetic opioids from the dark web, a constantly evolving group of chemicals engineered to skirt drug laws. These designer opioids are often synthesized in clandestine labs, shipped globally, and have unknown potency and side effects. Many are stronger than fentanyl and can be deadly at trace doses. As legislation bans one, chemists release a slightly altered analog, keeping these substances a step ahead of regulation and a step closer to chaos.